It is Thursday, October 23rd, and it is almost 10 o'clock, and I'm just sitting down for the first time tonight. It has been a long day, and I think this is the first time that I have recorded, other than just vlog clips, for week 3, and it's Thursday. I have been really struggling with migraines for the past 2 weeks, and it has gotten much worse this week. So I'm just trying to hang in there. But I have been working on my Broomhilda. I should probably get out the chart so I can show you what she's supposed to look like, but here's how she's looking so far. Let me get the chart. Okay, so this is from the Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee book by Brenda Gervais, and here's what Broomhilda is supposed to look like. So I've got her dress done, and I'm working on her apron. I've got the 2 colors of green in, and I just need to go in and do the white. Unfortunately, I had a little problem with my 2 greens are pretty close to each other, so they don't give that plaid look as well as this does, but we're just gonna roll with it. So I need to do, I've got the orange of her pumpkin head done, but I need to do her eyes and her mouth and her witch's hat, and then her little white pumpkin that she's carrying and her broom. So slow going, but she is coming along. So, and tonight I made maple cookies, and I'm sitting here with my socks on and my cat next to me, and maple cookies, which are really good. So after you make the dough, you put it in the fridge for an hour so it'll chill, and then you get it out and roll them, and then roll them in sugar, and perfect fall cookie. And this was one of the things that was on my list of things that I wanted to do in October, and I finally got around to it. So I'm going to maybe attempt some stitching, definitely eat my cookies, and we'll see. Ramses was supposed to get his cone off yesterday. You notice that he still has his cone on. So, yeah. The vet said he could have it off if he left his incision alone. He did not leave his incision alone. So, back to the cone. So, and my light is behind me, so sorry I'm getting this crazy shadow. But yeah. So I think once I finish Broomhilda, I think I'm gonna stitch this chick. She's the next one in the book, so I'm just sort of going in order. So cute. And tomorrow night is the Dark October seance. So tonight I sent out the Zoom link and the 2 charts that I designed, the planchettes that I designed for this year, and hopefully I can get this headache to go away. We'll see. So, all right, that's it for me tonight. Hi all, it is Saturday, October 25th, and I thought I would pop on and update you. So last night we had the Dark October seance. It was a lot of fun, despite the fact that I was still fighting my migraine. So I was a little drugged up, but I had a good time, and I did stitch a little. I didn't stitch at all on Thursday night. I basically read my book and ate cookies. So, yeah. But I did stitch last night, and I was able to work on Broomhilda by Brenda Gervais, and I finished her little apron, and it does look more plaid now that I've got the white filled in there. And I was able to finish her face and get that filled in, do her hat, do the little white pumpkin that she's holding, which I think is super cute because it has that little surprised face. And I stitched her broom. So I was trying to get her finished last night, but it just didn't happen, and I wasn't gonna push it. So what I have left is there's a little band on her hat that I need to do that's backstitched. There are backstitching on the broom, backstitch lines on the broom, and then there's like 3 stars up at the top, and that's it. So I can easily get her finished the next time I sit down with her, which unfortunately is probably going to be tomorrow. But she's super cute. Very glad that I started this. And so when I sat down for the seance last night, I actually brought 3 projects in there with me because I'm crazy. But I wasn't really sure what I was going to feel like working on because I didn't feel great. So I did bring this in there. I also brought my Annie Hyssop by Primitive Needle in there because that had some fill-in on it that I could work on. And then I also brought my Black Cat well, let me just show you those. Hang on. Okay. So, Annie Hyssop by Annie Hyssop's Harvest Moon by Primitive Needle. I started this last year for Halloween, and here is my progress. So like I had more of this fill in that I figured I could do, and I think this is filled in too, so I could have done that if I wasn't feeling like I could count. And I'm stitching this with the called for threads on a 40 count linen by a dyer who will not be named. And I think most of these are Gentle Arts and Weeks. So they're really, really pretty. And I'd really like to work on this before the end of the month, honestly. But we'll see. And then I also got out my Barbara Anna, this is Black Cat Hollow. And I started this several years ago with Emily as a stitch along. And Emily, of course, finished hers. I did not. Are you sensing a theme? Like we started that Halloween fairy together. She finished hers. I did not. We started this together. She finished hers. I did not. Yeah. So here's where I'm at on this. And I really, really love how it looks on this murky linen. I really, really hate stitching on this murky linen. So, but it's so cute. I really love it. So I kind of want to work on this too. But And I'm going to leave out the ABC 123 here in the grass because I don't love that. And I am obviously going to leave out the 1692 because we know how we feel about this. I like the key though, so I'll probably leave that. But I really love how this looks. I just wish this fabric wasn't so crappy to stitch on, because it's 32 count, so I'm using 2 strands of thread. My stitches look like crap, as you can see, and this is like stitching on felt. It's terrible, but it sure looks good when you get farther away from it. Anyway, so maybe I'll finish up Broomhilda, and instead of starting another one of those pin cushions, I will work on Annie Hyssop or work on this, or both. Who knows? Maybe I'll work on one until Halloween night, and then I'll work on the other one Halloween night. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what floats my boat. But, yeah. So today is Eric's birthday, and we are going to go over to his family's house for dinner, for family dinner, and hopefully that will be delicious. I think his sister is making pasta and sauce and brajol and sausage and meatballs and tiramisu, and it should be really good. And he ordered sandwiches for lunch, so we're gonna have that here in just a minute. He wanted a Reuben sandwich, so that's what he gets. So we're just gonna have kind of an easy day because it's his birthday. And I still have not painted my nails. Like, I pulled the nail polish, I just haven't done it. This is Never Enough Shoes. And this was like Sephora by OPI, I think. Yeah, you can't even see that. There you go. So it's black, but it's kind of sparkly. And then I pulled this because I thought it was kind of pretty orangey, Halloweenish. And this is Live from New York. It's OPI, but this may be kind of dry. You can kind of see it in there. Like, I think it's solid, so I may not be able to use this. I've had it for like 20 years or something. So I also pulled this one, which is China Glaze, called I Heard That. And I think this one's still okay. But it's kind of an orangey gold, sparkly. Because, you know, sparkles. So at some point, maybe this weekend, I will get to painting my nails so that I can get this nail polish off my desk. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm trying very hard to do my spooky things that I had planned, despite being down and out with a migraine for many days. But I feel a little better today. We had bad storms last night and the night before. Which I think are now past, so hopefully that helps. We'll see. And my boy is still in his cone. Not happy. But his scab is coming off of his incision, so hopefully we can take his cone off soon. Fingers crossed.